Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. This is a special edition of Beers and Calls. We are here with Keith Lucas. He is the I don't want to end that. Oh, that's almost the wrong button. Keith is on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. He is the founder of the Real Estate Hack Factory Facebook group, and he's on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. We're going to talk. What is the new norm? What is this going to look like? Is our industry completely going to go to the dogs, or is this something we need to embrace on going everything digital, everything virtual? And Keith is just going to drop some knowledge bombs. He and I were chatting. We figured this would be a pretty badass conversation to have. And if any of you guys want to jump in and join this call and have a conversation with us, I'm going to put the link in to both Facebook and to YouTube, so you guys can join at your leisure, and we'll bring you guys in and out. But Keith, enough about me, man. Tell everyone a little about you, kind of what you're up to, what you're drinking in that cup, and we'll get this link shared out for people to join us.
It's H2O, and I'm going to stick with that story throughout, unless, of course, I start slurring, and then we'll just figure it out from there. But thanks so much for having me on. It's a great pleasure to be here with you. Thanks so much for doing this. As you know, the Hack Factory, kicked off just a little while ago, and it basically is just about giving agents what they need to know to make their lives easier, better, leverage their time, and grow their business. And it's that simple. So without really dwelling on all that stuff, yes, I am on the East Coast. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. It was a Chamber of Commerce day out here again today. We're in the mid-70s. It's awesome. But the really good news is that the real estate industry is still alive and kicking butt out here.
That is awesome, dude. That is awesome. I was in Charleston one time for a speaking gig about 3 years ago, I want to say. And I got there my co-host Matt Johnson and I got there like a day early just for travel reasons. And we just walked the streets and hung out. And I'm like, dude, this place is really freaking beautiful. I mean, it's really nice. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. I made a determination. I lived in so many places around this country. They're going to have to take me out of here feet first. That's the way it's going. That I'm saying. Yeah,
and that's when you find a place like that you love, that's even better.
I have to tell you, your area of the country too, or San Francisco was my number 2 pick. But
hey, I love either one of them. But let's get into this. Let's get into some knowledge bombs. Let's talk a little bit about beer.
Sure.
Cheers to you. Cheers to all of you guys. Remember, guys, if you guys are coming in right now, the links are in both Facebook and into YouTube. If you guys want to join, just hit the little button when Keith and I will bring you on. But Keith, tell me a little bit about what you're seeing in the East Coast. You mentioned off air that everything's going digital and virtual.
Yeah, it's kind of incredible. We made this huge leap recently from already being somewhat digital to being almost everything digital. Now, the state of South Carolina is not quite there yet, but other southern states, now a lot of people don't consider Florida a southern state, but it really is.
It does,
yeah. They're totally digital, where they're now doing virtual closings. So escrow money is being sent in via virtual. The closing docs are being signed virtually. Notaries are signing virtually. So that kind of leads us into our whole, gig tonight about, what's our new norm going to be? Our industry, as you know, and everyone else that's watching this, we were virtual in many, many aspects way before all this happened. But now this has just kind of put the icing on the cake. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. But there's so many other things that are kind of emerging from this whole trend. It's going to be really interesting to see. And I've got a couple of predictions, as I'm sure you do, as to where we're going to go with this whole thing at the end.
It really is. I'm completely baffled on where we're going to land. I do know we're not going to go back to where we were, unfortunately. But is it really unfortunate, or is it fortunate? Because think about how I was talking to a buddy of mine about this yesterday. He's like, I think all of you real estate. He's a marketer. He's like, I think all of you real estate agents are doing it wrong. And I'm like, what are we doing wrong? He's like, you waste so much time about getting, getting the appointment, going out to the house, wasting travel time, prep time, the whole thing. Why don't, this is for like online meets, why don't you just get on a Zoom call, a Blue Jeans call, a StreamYard call with people and figure out if they're really going to be doing something versus wasting your time? And I'm like, you're right. And you know what? I had my first video call with a seller today. It went fabulously. It was so simple.
Yeah, I've got one coming up on Saturday. I mean, it's a upper end listing. It's a luxury listing, and he just can't make it down for whatever reason, and it's going. But one of the things that we've also done over here is we've done the virtual walkthroughs and things like that. We've sold homes here based on a video or a walkthrough with FaceTime or Zoom or whatever's going on. And yeah, we write some little back doors into the contract in the event that, when they do get here, it doesn't quite pan out. But yeah, that's become our new norm. That's people are doing that.
They are. Actually, there's something that I don't think a lot of you guys know. Yesterday on the news, Matterport on the national news announced that they have perfected their Matterport app right here, which just looks like a black screen. That little red thing right there, that they are giving this thing away for free, and you can shoot Matterports on your phone. You don't need a Matterport. Yeah, you can shoot Matterport videos on your phone. I downloaded that thing about that quick. So for all you guys are tuning in, Matterport is now you can download there's two applications, and I don't know if I downloaded the right one, but I mean, you can do one house for free, and then there's a paid for additionals after that. But holy sheep shit, Batman. I mean, talk about an opportunity here. I mean, instead of going through and you're like, this is the bedroom, this is the bathroom, oh, there's the dog. Right?
You've obviously seen my videos before.
You can now go in and think about this. You can go and talk to all the for sale by owners. You can go and shoot your clients' properties, and you can shoot it with your own phone. You can do it on Matterport, and it doesn't cost you a dime to do one video. Now, wow. I don't know about you, but going out and being able to market that ability, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, hey, Keith, you're thinking of selling your home? Hey, what I can do is I'll come over and I'll shoot a Matterport video. What's a Matterport video? Oh, it's really cool. It's where people can walk through your house, and all I have to do is just use my phone. No one else will come through your property, and then I'll give that file to you for free and help you sell your property. If that doesn't work, I'd love to be your agent. Okay, that sounds pretty sexy.
Yeah, for sale by owners sounds really good to me.
Dude, I did a cold. I'm launching a new cold text prospecting program with a friend of mine, and dude, these things are working. People are paying attention. It is the craziest thing. I mean, we aren't doing virtual closings yet over on the West Coast yet, but we are still. I mean, I think they're still doing curbside. Like they come out to you and they sign the docs and stuff like that, and then move forward. But I mean, the whole digital thing. But a question for you in this one: when it comes to the digital and everyone kind of doing, staying apart, not coming together, what's that going to do for us as a society? What's that going to do for us as humans? I mean, we're naturally social creatures. So what's going to happen? I mean, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I think it's in between, if I can sound like a politician. So, sure. Here's the deal. This is still the biggest investment in virtually everyone's life. And let's just take a case study here. I mentioned a minute ago that I'm going to be doing a Zoom on Saturday with a seller, luxury property. He wanted to come down and actually meet me physically and talk to me, although it was referral and all this other kind of good stuff. But he still wanted that contact, and I agreed with him. And I'd like to see him in his eyes as well, and maybe not shake his hand, but at least do the virtual bump, and we go from there. It's still going to be important. People think and they feel that with such a huge investment, with such a huge undertaking of what buying real estate's all about, what the significance of it, the scope of it, you really do need to speak with someone and meet them in person to understand them. And, I say that all the time when I'm talking to my clients, and I'm sure you do too. We drill down to your lifestyle. You get to know the person, understand who they are, what their likes and dislikes are. So I don't think we're ever going to get replaced by the technology and being digital totally. But I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to start accepting that. A lot of buyers and sellers are going to start accepting it and saying, well, this is kind of the new norm. And where it goes in 5 years, 10 years, a decade, or that's 10 years, I guess, but, or more, not to repeat myself, Captain Obvious. But yeah, where's it going to go? I don't know quite yet. I wish I had all the answers. We were talking a little bit before, and I think it was you anyway. I don't have that crystal ball. If I did, I would be in Vegas making a lot of money right now.
I always have that same joke. If I had the answer to that, I'd be in Vegas and putting everything on black. Okay, so and that's if Vegas was open, I'd be doing that. So Keith, let me pick your brain. As you guys know, I do an epic fuck ton of video, and I love it. And I got a shoot list for all my YouTube videos I'm doing with keywords and SEO. I have my gimbal, DJI gimbal. I got my tripod. I got my sticky tripod, and that's just what sits on my desk. Yep, right there. Absolutely. What are you seeing in regards to video?
I've got my little remote.
I love the remote. My remote's around here somewhere. I know it's in my truck. But that's just amazing stuff. Are you shooting more video? Are you seeing yourself dial up or dial back on video because you think you're annoying people? How's that panning out for you? Because I hear both sides of the argument.
Yeah, no. For us here, it's totally game on for doing more video. I'm probably doing, I would say, 3 to 4 a week, and as you know, that's a lot to do because doing the actual shoot itself is kind of easy. It's all the, pre-cutting and then the editing and then the, putting it all together and all the rendering and all that stuff that's going on, even if you have editors to do all this stuff for you. But here's the deal. Everyone is online. All the eyeballs are online. And just before this started, I was kind of flipping through Facebook, which I really don't have a whole lot of time to do when I go through my personal stuff. I do use it for business. Mm-hmm. But I was astounded at the amount of sponsored content that was on. I would say probably out of 10 different feeds that I saw, 5 or 6 were sponsored now.
Really?
So everyone is, it's incredible. Everyone's getting into it. The insurance people, and of course, real estate. Everyone knows that I'm in real estate, and they want to sell you CRMs or they want to do, video stuff or whatever else they want to do. But it's incredible that it's not just our industry that's embraced it. It's all the other industries that have supported our business that are now online and they're running ads. I've never saw them before. So that was something kind of new and different. And I think it's going to be the way, really the wave, if you would, of the future. That's the way it's going to be. People are going online. I just saw it today, and I don't know if you saw this, that Twitter is allowing their employees, if they so desire, to work at home on a permanent basis.
I did not see that. You know what? So this is a prediction I'm doing. So all of this virtual stuff that we're doing, right? I'll stay at home, hunker down, don't come in contact with another human being. If you do, you're going to jail horseshit. What's going to happen to all the investors who purchased all those Class A, Class B, Class C, retail buildings, the strip malls where all these businesses are going to go out of business, all the office buildings where these companies are going to break their leases because of COVID. What are we going to do with all that space? And I posed that to someone. Actually, I posed it to my mom, and she's smart. She goes, well, why don't they just turn them into condos? And I'm like,
there you go.
I've actually had that thought for a long time. I see someone doing it now. Like take all those old mega malls that everyone used to go to back in the 80s. That was where you had the cool place to go with your kids when they were kids. You know what? I've always said it. Like, look, you got the parking, you got the utilities, you got the space. Turn every one of those stores into condos. In those big box stores on the very end. Oh, we got Ronnie DiCarlo coming in. We got to bring Ronnie in. And Ronnie, what's up, buddy? Oh, he's muted for some reason. But
hey, what's up?
How are you, man?
I'm
That's
good.
muted.
Thank you.
Dude, but so you take like the Macy's or J.C. Penney's or
guys up there.
whatever at the ends and turn those into movie theaters, restaurants. All those kiosks are now going to be Starbucks. Where you used to go do Santa can be kid areas. I mean, you could literally build little cities that are centrally located, right?
Yeah, and I think they've done that at a couple places, like maybe over in Asia already.
Mm-hmm.
But here's something cool they did here in Charleston. So this is a little bit of plug because I do some background acting, and I was on the Righteous Gemstones a couple of times.
Oh, cool.
And what they did is they took a mall that went defunct here in Charleston, and they turned it into a studio.
Really?
So a soundstage, different rooms were set up, houses were set up, all kinds were set up, and you would just walk from one to the next for your next scene. It was really kind of cool. And yeah, I think the same thing when, to your point that, that's a lot of space that's going to go downhill. It will be cheap, and you can convert it with a little bit of effort into housing, and that would answer a lot of problems. And what about this? Just as a spitballing as we go out. What about all the homeless people?
Yeah,
give them a place to live.
Well, not here in California. Actually, here in California, all the homeless people are put up in hotels. That was thank you, Governor Newsom.
Well, then I'm moving to California. I'm going to become homeless.
Yeah, no shit, right? Ronnie, where are you? Are you in the office? What are you doing down there?
That's my virtual office. Come on now.
Keith, have you ever met Ronnie DiCarlo?
No, Ronnie, I haven't had the pleasure. How are you doing?
Hello, Keith. Nice to meet you, my friend. So, Real Estate Hack Factory. I jumped on a little late. Just give me a brief what you are, what you do.
It's really kind of simple. There are so many agents out there that have not a lot of knowledge, or maybe they've been in the industry for a while, but they haven't picked up on certain trends and things that are happening, different hacks, tips, and tricks that we can use to really leverage our time and to grow our business. And that's really what it's about. And some of that even applies even to this conversation that we're having now, where, we're on the StreamYard, and I can almost tell you that, I don't know, maybe half the people that are watching or not watching, but that are on the Hack Factory, probably have never heard about it. And it's a great hack. It's a great way of condensing your time and to leverage your business, leverage your time.
Absolutely.
Any hack that you can get out there, it doesn't matter if it's a small thing or a big thing. I mean, here's a small hack for everyone who's out doing video right now. You guys all have those ring lights. The people are buying those ring lights, and you're putting them right in your face. And if you wear glasses like me or Ronnie, you get that big old circle right in your glasses. Here's an easy way to get around that. The ring light's great if you don't wear glasses. If you don't wear glasses, it don't matter. If you wear glasses, you probably get different lights, and you want to mount them above you so they come down, not at you. That way, you'll get rid of that light in your glasses, and you won't look like an amateur. That's a small little hack right there.
You see, Keith, this is why I watch the Greg McDaniel show. I just got a $100 Visa card and was just about to pull the trigger in Amazon for a ring light. And
there you go.
I see him on, so I jump on here, and of course, I get a tip now. Thank you, because I didn't know that, because I'm a novice with the ring light.
So here's another thing, Ronnie. Don't bother. I mean, you can go to Amazon, go to what they call limo studios, like limo, like you're riding a limo. Go to limo studios.
I gotta write it down now. See?
Yeah. And limo studios, guys, for like $50 or $60, they'll give you 3 lights with 2 umbrellas. Yeah, with 2 umbrellas. Oh yeah. Here, look.
I was ready to spend $139.
See that light right there?
Yeah.
You get 2 of those plus a smaller one you can put directly in front of you for like 60-something bucks. They come with the stands, the umbrellas, the light bulbs, and a carrying case.
And the carrying case.
Oh, and the carrying case.
I need that too, because if I take my camera off the computer here and show you what I'm using, here, I'll show you. Ready?
Yeah.
Check this out.
Oh, that's a big light.
So one of my rooms actually here in my house, and this is my house, I had it turned into a green screen room, into a studio. So I had to borrow these lights because at 7:30 or whatever time it is out here, it's getting dark. And if I put on the overhead light, I'm just got a big chrome dome that's going to be reflecting into your eyes.
Dude, I
And you
love
see, I'm in my office in my home, and I got that stupid little light behind me. That's it.
dude.
And that's why I'm dark as anything.
Well, Keith, I wouldn't change yours at all, dude. Your lighting looks awesome. You're
Yes,
you're
it is.
point with lighting.
Yeah.
Holy
Cool.
shit! It's
Well,
solid.
that and the makeup I put on.
Well, we're guys. We all need that. I mean, hey, Ronnie, what are you seeing down in Florida with the new norm? Are you seeing this fully digital, like Keith is seeing in South Carolina, or kind of what are you seeing since you guys are both East Coasters?
All right, so I go this route. New construction, which we are all over the place, booming, 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 booming. It has been, always is. Florida's always been that way. Right now, they are giving away the house, finally, again. I went under contract last Saturday on a townhouse, inventory, 3% plus 8,000 bonus.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. And then the following week, you know how they have the signs outside the development?
Yeah.
On the top of the sign, it says, we have inventory. So that says what? They're backing up on the inventory. Now, truth be told, most of them are telling us no showing without appointment only due to COVID, blah. This one particular builder, I thought I had to make an appointment, and I dropped off my buyer and I passed by on my way home. There was 10 cars in the parking lot. I go to the guy, what's going on? He says, we sold 30 this month.
Oh,
Exactly. So I said, can I come in? He says, yeah, if you want, I can squeeze you in tomorrow. Yeah, squeeze me in, because I wanted to get the bonus, you know what I mean? Got under there. Now, since that's happened, fast forward a week later, 3 other builders are still offering 5,000. Some of them do that goofy tier shit, buy 1, then 2, then 3.
what?
But yeah, the first deal 3%, second deal 3 plus 2,000, third deal 3 plus, they do that kind of thing.
Get out of here.
Exactly.
When the cruise.
But they're really not. You don't have to make appointments now. You just got to drive there. If you see a life there, you can go right in. We're wearing masks, obviously, going in. They're all virtual. If you want to go online, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have. Something like that. 53 cents I paid online. I got a cheapy one, disposable.
Dude, I bought one of those. It hasn't come yet, but one of those face rags that has got like a.
I got that coming. I got
like
the
a
shield
skull.
coming. I went for the shield.
Exactly. I mean, I just something fun and funky. I mean, you gotta do something, right?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, guys, I mean, we have to sign the COVID docs here, but we have to sign them every day that we go into the property. So if you're going to show the home, sign it one day with your buyer. Then the next time, if you need to do inspections or you need to come back and see it, sign it again. If you're going to bring your contractor, sign it again. And then the contractor's going to sign it, right?
Yeah, we have that addendum too. Yeah.
I understand it, but I'd love to get everyone's opinion. Everyone is here, guys. If you guys are on Facebook or YouTube, you guys, there is a link in each one of those places where you can go hit the link and you can come join the conversation. Love to get everyone's opinion around the country, kind of what you're seeing as the new normal. And kind of what are your thoughts on it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it driving you absolutely fucking batshit? I mean, kind of where are you on this thing? So Keith, I want to come back to you really quickly, and I want to pick your brain. Now, when you started your group, and for all of you guys that are just getting in here and haven't seen what Keith has started, he has started the Real Estate Hack Factory. Go ahead and join that group, and he'll talk about all the different hacks for real estate. What is one of the best hacks that you have seen thus far since you started the group?
Well, you mentioned a little while ago that sometimes hacks could be really simple.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that used to drive me absolutely batshit, was taking a photograph and trying to have it superimposed into another background or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the best one that I found for doing something like that, this is very simple. It's called remove.bg. Are you all familiar with that?
Yeah.
So you can take a picture right where you are right this second, Greg. Take a picture.
Yeah.
In your gallery, in your photo, and then go to remove.bg as the URL, and then upload the photo, and it will remove the background.
Dude, you would not believe how many fucking apps I had to go through. I downloaded, I don't know how many, but I downloaded like 3 of them on my phone right here. I got one called Eraser, and I'm like, okay, that's not really one I'm looking for, because I did that. Is there an app on that as well?
No, there's no
standalone.
app. It's just
Yeah.
URL. So you could use it on your phone, your computer, wherever. I do it all the time. I make these stupid, thumbnails for, the YouTube channels and stuff. And it's great. It takes seconds to do. It turns it into a PNG, so there's no background, and boom, there you go. So that's a really simple hack. Other hacks, hacks come and go, and this is kind of an issue sometimes, but I'm sure you're familiar with this one. Let's just take Zillow, for instance. Well, do you know what the _1 looked at photograph in Zillow on a Zillow listing is?
Kim Kardashian's butt.
And that's Zillow, not Pornhub. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You're just in the wrong place. So anyway, it's the kitchen, right? So it's the kitchen. So that's just kind of a little bit of knowledge to share. But here's the deal. If you change that primary photo every day in your MLS, it will upload back to Zillow. And Zillow will take that and look at it as a change in the actual listing itself, and will keep you higher in the tier of new properties that have been listed because it's a change.
So wait.
So there are people that get up every single day and all they do is change that primary picture. And a lot of times it's a kitchen.
Really?
Well, think about it this way. So people go into Zillow every single day. I know they go to your website, they go to my website, they go to Ronnie's website, but not really. But they go there every single day. And they see the same picture of the same front of the house every single day. And they're like, no, I saw that one. They scroll right by it. But if you change it up, they're like, oh, wait a minute. That's a really cool kitchen. Let me check this out. And they actually go in and they start looking at the house like they've never done before, because they've always bypassed it because they didn't like the way it looked on the outside.
That's what we do with Realtor.com. Realtor.com taught us that we have Advantage Pro through them, and they said the client does not want to look at the front of the house anymore. They want the pool, the kitchen, the living room, anything. And my banner on my personal Realtor.com site, I have a kitchen. I have 7 kitchens that I rotate constantly. Didn't know if I was affecting anything throughout the, throughout the world there. But the only caveat on what you're saying to do with MLS, our MLS has restrictions. Restrictions being either front of the house that has a pond in front of it, or an overhead with a box around it showing the drone picture. So yeah.
Well, you're totally dialed in then. You know this. And it's just, again, that's a simple hack that really can help you get more eyeballs on a listing you've got.
That is, you see, what we used to do is what we used to do in our MLS until they didn't let us do it anymore. After every 30 days, we would just pull it off, in the evening, put it up an hour later, and it would refresh as a new listing, come right to the top. They squashed that. Clock? Yeah, they squashed that on us pretty quick. But you know what? I think that is an awesome little hack. If you do that every other day or every once a week or whatever, just allow this thing to cycle out, and it just like you can literally go through every room in the house, like kitchen, backyard, pool, living room, den, kitchen. Just rotate those things and just ting, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. That is awesome.
There's an agent in my company now that actually she's done that. She's down to the floor plan now.
Yeah, there you go.
So guys, we got a question here. AJ, he says, hey guys, what am I doing? I'll just put it up here. Hey guys, would you like to check out the Matterport app? A little bit closer, but I can't find it in my Play Store. And I do think our other comment, Justin, I think it's only for iOS. I don't think it's for Android yet, but definitely stay tuned. But there's a caveat. You can use it with third-party cameras, so like Insta360 or maybe some of the other Instas. You can do the Matterport shots. So all of you guys that weren't here before, Matterport came out yesterday on the news and publicly said that you can now shoot a Matterport video just literally from your iPhone 11. Mm-hmm. and it's going to cost you $0 to do one house and hold it in your phone. So I'm not sure if that's just one house for life, or if that's one house, like you can do it and then download it and then delete it and do another one. But I got to play with it. I'm going to shoot my own house later, and I'm going to see how it turns out and then download it and see if I can get another one. But I mean, go check it out, guys. If you have an iOS or something like that, go download Matterport. There's 2 different versions. I'm not sure which ones they are, which one you need to do yet, but I think it's an awesome opportunity because you use it as a marketing tool to go out there and just talk to everyone. Hey, during COVID, would you guys mind if I came over and gave you guys a leg up and we shot a Matterport? Talk to any of those expired listings. Hey, why didn't your home sell? Oh, my agent sucks. I know. A lot of us do. I don't. So
Ronnie, can you confirm this? I don't know if you tuned into this yet, but I got a message today from someone in Florida. It's a title company, and they're like, okay, so they say, I'd like to invite you to our free digital closing demo, introducing remote online notarization.
Yes, that's legal in Florida. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
The only thing is it can't be they can't be international clients, because we have a lot of. I'm in Central Florida, so
they're FERPTAs. Is that what it's called in Florida? FERPTAs.
That's for the seller. Yeah, if the seller is an international seller, they still can sell. You can't have the buyer, because the buyer has to do say U.S. passport. Because you got to be able to vet them. But we are doing that, and I mean, I don't think my buyer's on here. I don't have to go to the closing because the title company says only the signers will be present for the closing.
Talk about a savings of time all of a sudden you just got back.
11 a.m. he wants too.
Oh, no, thank you.
It was 3 o'clock. I figured I'd drive on the way home from work, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes 11 a.m. And then they said, please note, only the signers are permitted to be at the closing.
And you're like,
title company.
You're like, okay, cool, guys. Well, let's do this.
So Greg, I'm sorry. I know you were going somewhere, but since you put the ball in my court, let me kind of lob it back into your court.
Please.
What are you seeing on the West Coast as far as the new norm as it's emerging?
A lot of paranoid whack jobs, and everyone's petrified of everybody. I mean, you walk down. I mean, I go for runs in the mornings, and I'm jogging down the trail, and people hear me coming because I got keys in my pocket or something, and they look back and they look at me like I'm a hungry grizzly bear chasing them down in the forest. They like scatter to one side or the other, and I'm at the point where I want to start yelling at them. I'm like, I'm not sick. But some agents are over the top paranoid. Gloves and masks. And we can only bring the agent plus max 2 buyers in, so the husband and wife, the partners, whatever. At a time. So you have to cycle through, and you have to get everyone to sign the PED docs, or the COVID awareness docs for every time you walk in. The weird thing is that we, in the beginning, we saw a very gradual sloping of we had a lot of properties that were still getting like 10, 15 bids, offers. They'd have 30 or 40 packets out at the very beginning of this thing. Then we started seeing that slow down, and then all of a sudden, for us, I'm sure you guys saw it too, they took away all of our jumbo loans. So anything over $765,000, I think it's the number, 765,600, I think that's what ours is. They took it away from all the brokers. You have to go directly to the big banks to get it, and you got to do special things, open up a bank account, put some money in it, yada yada, yakety schmackety. But you're getting really good rates, 2s, 3s. And so we're seeing that take place, but we're still seeing the banks crush the loans out super fast. Like if you get a good buyer that gets all their stuff squared away, your money. I'm doing the closing in 14 days. Like we're closing next Friday, and we got into contract last Monday. Is it last Monday or no? This Monday, the Monday of this week. We're closing next Friday.
What's the interest rate floating at?
High 2s.
Yeah. My guy got 2.5.
Yeah,
2.5 going with their lender, the in-house lender.
It's insanity, isn't it? I mean, and we're seeing, some agents are super, retentive. But other agents are like, oh, you want to go in the house? All right, good. See you later. Others are like, no, like I called one house and I was just absolutely blown away because I called it and I talked to the agent and I'm like, hey, I have a client. They would like to see the house. And this is like 9 o'clock in the morning, right? And she wanted to see it like 4 or 5 that night. And I said, hey, I got a client who wants to see the home. She's like, well, you need to give me advance notice. And I'm like, bitch, that's the fucking point of this call. And so, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And I think people are going to start mellowing out a little bit on it. You know, even wearing the masks in public, I think people are still going to, I think that's going to stick around for a little bit, but I don't know if people are going to be so hyper vigilant about it after, I mean, a lot of the things that are coming. Did you guys see the news article that in Michigan, CBS Morning or I'll try to find it. I'll post a link to this thing. Breaking news. Where is it? CBS this morning, they faked a testing site to have more cars there that were filled up with medical personnel that weren't really getting tested. They weren't really getting tested, all for camera. And these people got the people who were in the cars interviewed, you know, without them knowing, getting their audio, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's totally fake. We all knew it. We're just doing it for the cameras. They just lined us up." And I'm like, "Oh man, are you for real, bro?" So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I know that there's a virus. I know there's an issue, but I know the numbers don't add up either. None of the numbers add up, and so hopefully, you know, we can all figure a way through this thing safely in the timeline that works for everyone. But I mean, how much do you want to just go sit in a bar and eat chicken wings and drink beers with your buddies? I mean, come on, dude. Yeah. I mean, I go to a baseball game and get a hot dog and a beer.
So you don't have any restaurants open yet?
Nope, no restaurants open. They're planning on opening them, but not yet.
We just opened and they're allowing 25% capacity. Monday was my wife's birthday, and
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I see our favorite steakhouse, one of the best steakhouses. Usually, if you don't get there before 5, it's a 3-hour wait.
Oh.
And I see 3 cars in the parking lot. I said, maybe they're open. She says, well, I don't know. We walk in. We were the only ones there. 5 of them tripped over us. We got 2 steak dinners in 20 minutes. And what they said is that they believe people are afraid. And that's why, nobody's coming out yet to it.
Okay, so this is something that I've been talking about, and this is a perfect running. You should take advantage of this right now. You should get a hold of that steakhouse tonight. Well, tonight it's too late.
I've listened to you, Gregory, and I've thought about this big. Go ahead, tell them,
dude. Get on it. Get a steakhouse and a couple other restaurants that don't compete, right? Get on and talk about, hey guys, we're open. This is what we're serving. If you do the Ronnie discount, you know, we'll give you X amount of X, Y, and Z off, or we'll give you a free glass of wine or whatever. Get butts in seats, right? But if you start doing these little videos, if you do, so here's my theory. And I did this with Inman News with Bernice Ross. She and I did a recording. We do them every week now. And I talked about this hack, and it's go into Zoom, get 3 to 4, probably four business owners in your local area. As this thing reopens, right? Get the different industries, right? Do a Zoom call, each one, and then push it out to your sphere, and then have their spheres, have them tap into all their Facebook, so it gets spread out everywhere, right? Go about 25 minutes deep, talk about what they're offering, do the Ronnie discount, do the Keith discount, do the McDaniel discount, do whatever, right? Negotiate something. I mean, whatever they would have given to, Groupon, just get the same discount, right? It's just visibility, and it's not going to cost them a lot of money. Fuck, being out of business costs them a lot more money than giving a discount, right? Get butts and seats. Then say, okay, take this video. And so if you guys are 2 business owners, say, I'm going to bring you guys on camera. I want to talk about you. I want to highlight you, right? Okay, Ronnie, Keith, I'm going to ask you guys Venmo me or PayPal me $35. That means that each one of us are going to put in $5 a day. So it's going to be $15 a day into Facebook marketing, this video talking about the discount and that we're still open. And then you do it with a different set of 4 people every single week. Okay. Now that's like taking 4 little pebbles, throwing them into a pond, watching those little ripples go all over each other. And the only constant is you, the agent, being a host to the local businesses and helping them build.
You are absolutely correct. You and I talked about this about a year ago, and I've done it where it is you go to a local business. Look, I'm going to do this. I'll video. I'll put it out. I'll put my money behind it and blast it out. But if they come in and say Keith Lucas or Keith Lucas team, then you have your discount that gets applied to your right, and it works so magically. And that's another real estate hack. You and I talked the other day about where you're going and where I'm going as far as our digital content.
Right.
And that's really, you can take one or two hubs, and I think you and I both agree that YouTube is probably the hub because it can get spread out through everything else.
Yep.
And that's the way that our business, your business as an agent can really, expand, not just expand, it can double, quadruple, it can sextuple, whatever the next one up is from there.
Quadrillion-tuple. Yeah.
That's where people are. And, you don't have to necessarily go out and sponsor it, but people will share it. And when you're doing local stuff, that's another one of those hacks is to become that local celebrity, become that local person where you're not looking for celebrity status, but you're looking for, okay, we know who you are when we see you, we follow you. And it's funny, and I'll share this with you. Not too long ago, I had some guys come over to my house to deliver some furniture. And as we're walking out of the house, one of them keeps kind of doing a double take at me. He keeps looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, I think I've seen you somewhere before. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I do porn. So,
Oh, by the way.
Oh, that is funny. Did you really say that?
I did.
Oh my God.
And he just about fell off the last two steps.
That is the best ever. I am so using that.
Like, no. He's like, no, I've seen you. I've seen, now I know who you are. Now I've seen your videos. And this is who it reaches. That's the depth to which it reaches. So, and feel free to use that line, by the way. That's, you have editorial rights over it or creative rights over it. But
I'll consider it. I am, believe me. I'm like, I think I know you. Yeah. I'm on Pornhub all the time. So Ronnie, we got a question. What's the steakhouse for the future?
Every other booth, every other table. They already told me that. And that was already discussed from COVID, from the county and stuff. Every other table is being served paper menus that will be destroyed after you use them. All of the waiters, waitresses, etc., are in mask. We didn't have to be in mask. I only use a mask if I'm showing homes, only because I want to show the buyers, indoor sellers, that I'm doing it. I go into the grocery store unless they, strongly encourage it. There's some Walmarts that say strongly encourage face coverings. Some say no, so it's not mandatory. So the steak of the host of the future is going to be limited, 25% maximum capacity right now.
Interesting. So here's an idea that just popped in my mind. So a couple of years ago, well, not a couple, like 10 years ago, or not, whatever, doesn't matter how long ago. I was in a restaurant bar that I go to all the time. Yeah, back in the day when I could go to a bar and get lunch. I walked in, and the manager / co-owner, who's been a friend of mine for a long time, she was yelling at her staff, Ronnie, whatever you're doing, that is the loudest thing on planet Earth.
Oh, sorry.
She's yelling at her staff going, what the fuck, you guys, where are my coasters? You're going to ruin my wood bar, blah, blah, blah. And I immediately thought custom coasters. Holy shit. And so I immediately searched custom coasters, and I found that you can do double-sided full color coasters for like pennies, like literally pennies on the dollar. So my lender and I, who I was having lunch with, I'm like, hey dude, do you want to go 50-50 with me on this? He's like, yeah. And so we did, and we delivered over 50,000 coasters to them over the course of 2 years. And we I mean, I got funny stories coming out of my ears on these, but I mean, kids would use my face and my business partners' faces as little scratch pads when their parents were having dinner. You know, I was down there one night, God, years and years ago, and I wasn't really feeling being down there. And I see this girl. She obviously was not having a good time because she was just scribbling away on my face. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I couldn't resist myself, right? So I leaned over and I was just like, I do look better like that. She looks at me, looks down at that, looks at me, looks down at that, got bright red. I'm like, I'm just messing with you. Don't worry about it. But, the thing is that we did get a deal from it. We had a guy call us up and go, hey, come over and list my house. And my team manager was like, oh, cool. How'd you hear about us? His response, I've been putting my beer on your face for the last 6 months. So check out the opportunity here, right? Really, okay. Restaurants are looking to save money. They don't have a lot of income right now. What if you were able to go out with your lender, co-sponsor custom coasters like I did, give them to your local bar restaurants and say, guys, we love you. Here are some coasters. Knock it out of the park. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We will be back to help you. But now you have a miniature little billboard sitting on under everybody's beer, cocktail, or whatever. And by the way, they're phenomenal to give to your past clients for people getting together for summer parties, obviously 6 feet apart and all that horse shit. But if they don't have a bar there, what about talking to the restaurants? Again, they're trying to cut cash. Why don't you sponsor and print all of their menus? Why don't you or get napkins if they have paper napkins? Why don't you print a brand on it? Give it to them. They're going to save money. You get branded opportunities coming out of your ears. People are going to see this stuff when they go back in. Where's your loss?
Is that like?
What?
Go ahead, Keith.
Go ahead. No, Ronnie, go ahead.
Is that like you had said, Greg, about what was it? The Chinese fortune cookies?
Oh yeah. So what is the world's smallest billboard?
Chinese fortune cookie, right?
Yep. You can get those things printed and they cost basically nothing. And you get you put your you put a URL, some funky URL that lead them back to get something for free. And then on the other side, print some dumb lotto numbers, which they obviously never fucking work, but I still love them, right? Yeah. But I mean, I forgot about that one, Ronnie. Thank you.
Yeah, there's all kinds of, great opportunities like that. And that's another great hack right there. Just putting it on the, that really is, because that's thinking outside the box. Now, we're not talking about putting your face and whatever message you may have on the shopping cart going around the Harris Teeter or Publix, right? This is something that actually people look at. And here's another thing. Why does everybody put banner ads in Safeway or Publix or anything else up on top? Nobody looks up, right? A plane could fly over and you're looking down. Okay. What about getting disposable chalk, clearing this, obviously, with the different restaurants, and doing organic chalk that doesn't hurt the environment, and doing sketches on the sidewalk with inspiring quotes with your logo and brand next to it? Everyone's looking down. Someone in my neighborhood did that, and it said, with a big heart, come by, take a picture standing here, and post it. And it was phenomenal. In full transparency, I actually run that group, but anyway, there was, a couple hundred people that were like, boom, they love that idea. And that's another hack.
Dude, if you guys can see this, this is what I saw when I was running. You're probably not going to see this, but some little girl went out on her sidewalk, and she wrote on the top, it says, "Have an awesome day with a rainbow. Nobody knows." And I'm like, wonder what that nobody knows means is. But maybe her brother came along and wrote that. But, just like, what about creating inspirational chalk art around town or around your neighborhood? Just to, maybe, or you could turn it into a scavenger hunt. You could talk to the local restaurants and say, I'll put 4 different comments around town. I'll give clues to where the next ones are. Anyone who follows these clues can get a free bottle of wine or a free glass of wine or a free appetizer or whatever else. But gamify this stuff and get out of the house.
Yeah, the one I like best is, okay, come to my house, put a bottle of wine on my porch without ringing the doorbell, and let me try to guess who left it there.
That's when you get a ring doorbell and you just cheat.
All right, I like my idea. Anyway,
but no,
that may be a hack for. It's not really a hack. It's more of an update. Let's put it that way. Because as we have our lender partners and we work with them all the time. And I just learned a couple of days ago that the VA loan. You all hear what happened with the VA loan?
No.
$1.2 million zero down.
Wait, what?
What?
Yes.
The max.
The max is $1.2 million zero down.
From 417? Yeah, I think that's what it was. 417 with us.
Holy shit.
Yes. And that's VA, so it's national, it's federal. 1.2. Yeah, your credit score's got to be there, but they used to cut it off, as you said, Ronnie.
Yeah.
They used to cut it off, and you paid the difference. Now it's up to $1.2 million.
Wow.
Damn.
Now, you got to be a 3-star, 4-star general, in my opinion, to get that kind of juice. But that's just me. I don't know.
There's people out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't need to go up to 1.2. It can still be that 400,000 or 500,000, 200,000 with 0% down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's incredible.
Dude, that's a marketing opportunity right now. You guys should go build a landing page, put some follow-ups, go blast that into a military community and say, did you guys hear blah? I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the folks that are tuning into this, go check it out, verify it. It is a fact. And build your landing pages. There's a hack for you. Go do it. Go build your business. It may be another new niche for you. If that's what this hack factory is all about.
Well, see, that's the great thing about this. I mean, think about this. I do not live in a military community whatsoever, but I mean, they're around, but that doesn't mean I have to be there, because I could still put that landing page and follow-up sequence and blast that out to major military installations all up and down California, and then take it and I can just give a referral out to my friends that work these different marketplaces, and I'll just clean up and just take it home all day, every day. Because I'm doing the work. I'll take a 35% referral fee because I'm putting the money up. Go for it. My lender's going to verify them. We're off to the races. Yeah, that's a hell of an idea.
That's a perfect example of how you hack a real estate system. It's not looking for a shortcut. It's not looking for something that is, dubious or anything else. These are real life ways that you can leverage your time and grow your business. It's really simple.
That is awesome. I mean, and it's just thinking outside the box. I mean, I always try to imagine other businesses, and there was a story that I loved. There was not a fudge maker. He was a candy maker, right? Like I forget it. It's not, huh?
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, him. But he was in Sydney, Australia, and he with his candy is we'll just say fudge because I don't remember what it is. His fudge he created online on Instagram or on Facebook. He created little people with little personalities out of the fudge and created storylines behind them, right? And it got so popular that people, when they flew to Sydney, they wouldn't go to the opera house or check out anything else around town. They'd go see him, get us a nice sweet treat, and then go see the national attractions. And I'm like, okay, so how can you create those different storylines? If it works for a candy maker, why couldn't it work for you? So I love to look at other publications and see what other creative people are doing. It's getting the other verbiage, because if it works for a vacuum cleaner, it could work for you. And people are brilliant. All you have to do is think about how you can incorporate it into your real estate game. Because if you take a carpet cleaner or carpet guy's ad, and use it for yourself, that's brilliant. I mean, there was a guy, we kept this for years. It was about the size of a piece of paper, and it was this really funky round shape with all these little, looks like little legs or tentacles popping out of it, right? And it was a mailer. Guess what it was? It was a bed bug.
Oh,
A
wow.
cleaning company blew up what a bed bug looked like and then sent it out to people for cleaning. I'm like, that's genius. You know, you could do the exact same thing,
Yeah.
but for your businesses.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, this is the part that takes time, and it takes thought. It takes concentration to figure out, you know, how to grow your business, and that's what the Real Estate Hack Factory is about. Is to kind of give you those tips and tricks and give you something to think about. Just like what you said. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, back in the day, you know, we used to send out the little plastic bottle with sand in it and some seashells with a little paper note that was stuck inside of it. So it was like kind of a, you know, one of those bottles that you would see washed up on the shore, but you get it in the mouth. And, you know, people would open it and they would read it, and our message was inside there. You know, it's that kind of thinking that we need to, believe it or not, revert to, because even though we're in this digital age where everything is almost virtual, there's still so many basic things that you can do that are so simple that if you just think about it and kind of gel on it, just like you were doing a minute ago, Greg, that's, you know, gold. I mean, it is absolutely gold. From the coasters through everything else, that's gold. And then, you know, I know, and I know that you know, and I know that I don't know,
Ronnie knows.
Ronnie knows. You know, it's all about being omnipresent in as many different places as you can be.
It really is. And guys, I just posted, is it Jeanette? I hope I said that right. I just posted a link to where you guys can see some custom coasters. I'm going to post this as well into YouTube, but this is, you can get full color custom coasters for 5 cents a piece. Are you kidding me?
Damn.
I mean, if you want one color, you can get it for 1 cent a piece.
Mm-hmm.
I need some just for my house. Last month.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, gentlemen, let's wrap this up. Keith, where can people get a hold of you and get some more of this great hacking?
Well, you know, the easiest way to do it is to go to the Real Estate Hack Factory group. That's on Facebook. It's really kind of simple to find. Go there. If you're a real estate agent, then you know, just answer a couple of basic questions and you're in the door. Otherwise, if you want to send me something personally, it's really easy to do as well. Just send it to Keith at KeithLucasTeam.com. That's simple. Thank you so much. You've been an awesome host.
Hey, you know what? It's all about the guests, man. I can't do it without you guys. So, I mean, if you guys aren't going to stick around and hang out with me, then I can't do anything. I can talk to myself all damn day, and shit, my girlfriend thinks I'm crazy because I do it anyways. But that's what I've heard. That's what geniuses do. So that's what I tell her. She still doesn't buy it. You know, Ronnie, where can everybody go get a hold of you?
Orlando Dream Home. There you go. That works.
I was killing time when I was talking.
That works big time. Like it.
So, guys, go ahead and get a hold of Ronnie. He's a legend down there. People follow him and wait for him to drop his napkins so they can take it home and frame it. It's quite a problem for him. That's why he has his shades closed behind him, because people just always are peeping in on him. It's a rough life for you. You know, it's a rough life.
So I just had an aha moment. I got a question for you, Mr. McDaniel, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How long should this video be with the business? Is there a limit? Is there the caveat? You know, it's 2 minutes is good, 4 minutes is bad.
Okay, so what the new numbers from Facebook came out anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. That gives enough people to log in, but not too long. But think about it. If you're going to have four restaurants, right, or 4 businesses on, you give them 5, 10, 15, 20, 5 minutes a pop. Bam, that thing's over like that.
Oh, and it's one loop showing 4 restaurants. Okay.
Right. So you're on and you're talking about the different restaurants, different industries, different businesses, and get with these guys beforehand and all unite with one common code. And it all needs to be something with your name. So something easy that like a dyslexic guy like I could even spell. So like Ronnie D is the discount, right? Greg M, right? Something make it stupid proof.
That's cool. Yeah, because that was actually my question too. It was, are you doing these one after the other, which are, anywhere from 5 to 10 or 15 minutes long, or you're compressing them into all one reel?
So what I would do, guys, in all honesty, if you guys are going to do this, send me a DM. I will send you my link. I can save you money on the sign up for StreamYard. Get StreamYard, and because then it's just like this. Okay, we got Ronnie DiCarlo from DiCarlo Deli. Here we go. Go ahead and reach out to him here. Here's his address and his phone number, and blah 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 blah. And we got Keith here from Real Estate Hack Factory. Blah 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 blah. But give them visual. Give them some visuals. Make it very easy. I mean, also you can put little banners, down at the bottom. Make sure you follow and subscribe to everybody on this site. Use promo code blank. Right? Is really cool. Like this one. Get your free book at SRECradiobook.com. That's an old promo for investment group that I did. But that's way it's you don't have to make people remember. They can just look at it, and then if they want, they can go back and pause it, and they can write it down later. Okay. And for $230 a year to go live in 2 places simultaneously, I mean, come on, guys, it doesn't get that much simpler.
Sure. So
dude,
now
thanks so much for having me.
DJ gimbal. I'm set. I gotta get my DJ Osmos gimbal now. Yep. There we go.
How do you like that one, by the way? I was thinking of getting that. I got some other piece of crap.
This thing is next level genius. Let me explain to you why. One, it's compactable. So it folds down on itself incredibly easy. They make it stupid proof. They have little arrows telling you which way to put your camera, right? They have all the buttons and gizmos, to do everything you need to do. You can zoom in on this side. You can actually power it up here. And on this little thing here, you can actually power your phone if your phone's low using the power from the gimbal. This thing, you can shoot stories like Instagram or Facebook stories. They have different settings on the DJI gimbal app, and it's crazy. Like you press go, and it'll show you how many seconds to shoot, and you hit record, and this thing just comes to life. Whatever it's supposed to do, it does the action. It tells you what to do next. You do it again. They generate it with music, and then they say, where would you like to share it? And I'm like, Facebook, Instagram, that's not even the best part, dude. Okay, so this thing can screw in to a tripod like this.
Perfect.
And this is the best part. So you set it up. Wow, right? Now, when you have it set up and you have it on, in the app, they have a face tracking mechanism. So you get on camera, you point it at your face, then you start at the upper side here and drag it down to the other side. It'll track your face. Then you can step away from it. This thing will track your face even through a crowd. So if you're trying to show a house or a portion of a house, you can set it down, walk away, talk about the property, obviously with like a lavalier on, and move around. The camera will follow you. So for $119, bro, I mean, I get that. Where's my baggie? I got too much shit up here. Oh yeah. Get my little Osmo baggie. There's not too much glim. I mean, you get your power cord because you power it up. This thing runs for like 12 or 13 hours off of one charge.
Wow.
Dude, go read the reviews on this thing. I stalked this thing on YouTube for quite a while. Huh?
Which model is it?
It's the DJI Osmo 3.
Okay, the Mobile 3 or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
it's go look for DJI gimbal and then put 3. This thing will pop up. It's the only one that looks like this. Every other gimbal has this going on the entire time.
Yeah, I got a piece of shit one like that. And I won't mention the manufacturer, but the thing keeps moving left. But the bigger problem is this: when I use a lavalier, that's actually a plug-in. It's not the radio thing. Mm-hmm. there's no room for the plug to go in, so the whole camera is way out of line.
So check it. Watch this. So the way this thing shoots is like this. So you fire this bad boy up. So let's power him up. Right? Let's make it go sideways. My power port's right here. That's my power port. Dude, that's awesome.
Another great hack right there for people that are looking at it, because I'm not the only one in this world in real estate that has had this problem. And that gimbal answers the question.
Oh, dude. I watched so many videos on this thing. I mean, so many. I didn't see anybody, and I watched all the big reviewers, and then I watched some local, just nobodies on YouTube, and everybody goes, "This is hands down the best gimbal that DJI has ever come out with." And I'm like,
I'm getting one tomorrow. That's it.
Dude.
I'm done with this other piece of crap that I'm dealing with. I mean, it's stupid. It moves by itself. I mean, literally, I put it there, I balance the whole thing, and it moves. I'm trying to stay in frame. I'm like, stop. It's like stop. Yeah. Yeah. It's an unruly child that you can't control. It's like,
so I want to show you guys the facial track technology real quick. So you can see it, right?
That'd be awesome.
When I first saw it, I was just like, huh, what? Okay, so so I'm gonna push against this thing. It really is pretty secure. Like it doesn't really fuck around. And you get your trigger right here, and you can do multiple different things with this trigger, how many times you pull it. So let's do this. I'm gonna switch over to my DJI app. There it is. I gotta pair this thing super quick. I got it connected. Boom, I'm up. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'm going to hold it here, and then I'm going to face track myself. Okay, watch the camera.
Oh, that is sick. That is sick.
How cool is that?
That is sick. That's great.
It's beyond.
Now, will that face track when you use the other camera?
So you're going to be recording into the DJI app, and then it will it downloads directly into your camera files.
No, but I mean when you shoot and go with the other camera, not the front camera, the rear camera, will it track?
I think so.
Because if you're watching somebody, if they start moving in the frame, does it track them?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay.
It's a very good question, Mr. DeCarlo.
Leave it to me.
Real estate consultant.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay, let's see if I can I get you guys on? Okay, Keith, move. It's moving. It's tracking.
That's good.
Cool.
That is tracking. Holy cow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it does. Okay, answers the question. There you go, guys. So go get your DJI, start doing some shoots. Okay.
Listen, do you have an affiliate? Do you have an affiliate link with that?
I don't. No, this is just something I like, and something that I'm using, and I like sharing it out there. I should probably get one from Amazon, but I don't have anything right now. But if you guys like this, share this out with folks. Aaron, here it is. Have you used all 3 generations? No, I have not, but I have only heard that this is the best because I have never even looked into a gimbal until this point.
He's used all 3. This is the best one so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Dude, Aaron, 2 thumbs up.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen.
Well, I'll be getting rid of this other piece of crap. Greg, thank you so much. Ronnie, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Keith, the same. Thank you so much for allowing me to come in and with you guys. I appreciate you all this way. Hopefully we can get together again.
Hacks. There is one thing that is constant in real estate, and that is change. And as change goes through, as we, I guess, morph through all of this stuff, we'll be getting new hacks, different ways to find shortcuts and better ways of doing things and better ways of leveraging your time and better ways of building your business, growing your business. And dude, Greg, I can't thank you enough.
My pleasure, brother. Host. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys a ton. Ronnie, you're amazing. I just can't imagine without doing that without you guys. Keith, Ronnie, guys, amazing guys. Make a comment, share it if you guys liked it. Until then, boom, peace. We out, players. Gone.
Thank you, brother. Later.
Yeah.